Folks, there was an article written here recently by NFL.com's Bucky Brooks, and it was called Confidence Rankings on 9 Quarterbacks in Make or Break Year. Jared Goff, Jimmy Garoppolo to shine. And this is essentially a ranking in terms of how confident Bucky Brooks is in these quarterbacks and what is potentially a make or break year for them. Now, as you can see at number 1 here, you've got Jared Goff, number 2, Jimmy Garoppolo, Kirk Cousins at number 3. That's interesting. I would think Kirk Cousins would probably be up here at number 1. Anyway, you go down the list. Mac Jones at number 4, Jordan Love at number 5, Tannehill at number 6, and at number 7 you have Baker Mayfield here, who is above Desmond Ridder and Sam Howell, but is below guys like Ryan Tannehill, Jordan Love, Mac Jones, among others. So let's go ahead and read this paragraph and kind of dissect and analyze what Bucky Brooks is talking about here. So the following goes. Despite the flashes that have kept evaluators enamored with the former number 1 overall pick, Mayfield's resume has been littered with inconsistent performances, a reason he's landed on 4 teams over the last 2 years, covering his time in Cleveland plus stints with the Carolina Panthers, Los Angeles Rams, and now the Bucs. With a 31-38 record as a starter, Mayfield has shown that he can win with a stellar supporting cast. But the Buccaneers' remade offense could expose his biggest flaws as a playmaker, even with the 2 of the best wideouts in the game, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. The Buccaneers' leaky offensive line could lead to a turnover party if the veteran spends most of his time running for his life outside the pocket. Mayfield's first order of business, though, will be winning the starting job in training camp when he'll compete against third-year pro Kyle Trask, who has thrown just 9 NFL passes. And you know what? I will say this. I think this is a fair analysis from Bucky Brooks. I know some people may say, well, come on, Baker Mayfield was not in the best situations. I completely agree with that. I do. I think you look at the situation with Cleveland, Baker got completely screwed in that situation. I know some people said that he was immature, that he caused problems, and after they traded for Deshaun Watson and whatnot, but folks, in my opinion, I mean, you did enough, I think, as a quarterback in Cleveland to merit some type of a long-term deal, and the team traded for Deshaun Watson and essentially kicked you to the curb. So I'd be a little steamed about that too, if I am being honest. The situation with the Carolina Panthers, that did not go well. That was a team that was still rebuilding, a team that just traded up for the number 1 overall pick for a reason, and they are certainly still a team that is trying to find their way. Again, not the best situation for Baker Mayfield, and they traded Christian McCaffrey, and just it wasn't going well. Matt Rule got fired midway through the year. It wasn't a great scene. You then had the LA Rams, which Baker did pretty well in, especially given the amount of time he was there. He was only there for a month with the LA Rams and was still able to put up some decent numbers, still win a game here or there, and overall, I think that he was impressing the LA Rams. I think they actually wanted to bring him back in this offseason as well, but they obviously could not get it done. Baker wanted a chance to be a starter somewhere, was not going to get that with the LA Rams with Matthew Stafford. That's what landed him with the Bucs. But again, you take a look here, 31-38 record. It's not the best record in the world. It's not the worst record in the world, but you know, it is a point here. Mayfield has shown that he can win with a stellar supporting cast. We've talked about this. Mayfield has been to the playoffs before. Mayfield has won a playoff game before. And I think with the Buccaneers right now, you do have a very solid supporting cast. You do have Mike Evans. You do have Chris Godwin. You do have Russell Gage. You do have Rashad White. You have some decent tight ends in Cade Otton, and hopefully Payne Durham can be a good red zone option. You've got talented guys around there. The biggest question mark that's going to be here is with this. The Buccaneers' leaky offensive line could lean into a turnover party if the veteran spends most of his time running for his life outside the pocket. It's a big risk the Buccaneers are taking with some of these offensive line moves, right? You traded away Shaq Mason. He's gone. You are getting Ryan Jensen back, which is cool. You released Donovan Smith. You are going to be moving Tristan Wirfs over to left tackle. You are going to be moving Luke Gedeke over to right tackle. If this does work, hey, that's a great thing to see, and that's definitely going to support Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask, depending on who is going to be that quarterback moving forward in this upcoming season if the offensive line does work out. If it doesn't work out, I got to agree with Bucky Brooks here. It is going to be a very difficult situation. It could turn into some mistakes being made if Baker is running for his life, if the offensive line can't hold up, if a couple of these gambles do not work out. So it's going to be an interesting thing to pay attention to. I think that it is fair to say that this is a make or break year for Baker Mayfield. I think this is the best shot that he's had in a minute in terms of potentially being a full-time starter with a good cast around him, with a potentially good offensive line. I've said it before, I think the Buccaneers have a crap ton of youth and potential to be one of the better offensive lines in the league if these experiments and these gambles do work out. So I think that is a fair thing to say here. We're going to have to wait and see if Baker Mayfield can rise up to the occasion, but he's got to compete with Kyle Trask first to even get the chance to have a make or break year this upcoming season. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, folks, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.